Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the semifinals here in TLS Season 3, Qualifier number 4. But first, a shout out to our sponsors, Razer and Twitch TV. They are awesome. They made all of this possible, so huge thanks to them. And of course to Team Liquid, because it is their Star League.
Yeah, it is their Star League after all. All the sponsors, stand-up guys, and big thanks to Team Liquid for organising the whole thing. They put a lot of time and a lot of effort into it every single week. So, it's really appreciated by the entire community, I'm sure. And without them, we wouldn't be here watching these fantastic games. And as Sale says, we are now going on to the semi-final.
That's right. And our first match is going to be Braintoss versus ZZZero. Now this is very interesting because, of course, Zero, pretty well-known Polish Zerg player, very, very high level, and made some appearances. I don't think he's gone deep in any of the TLSs so far, but I'm pretty sure he qualified for at least one of the seasons.
Yeah, I definitely know of him, but Braintoss is not a guy I'm so aware of. Can you enlighten me, perhaps?
I have no idea, Elegant, who this is. Now, this is quite funny because Tupac was telling me earlier that there's this mysterious Protoss called Braintoss who seems to be pretty Gosu. Now, apparently he's Australian, which is weird because the only Gosu Australian Protosses I can think of are Legionnaire, who I'm pretty sure isn't smurfing as Braintoss, and Energy God, aka Batang. He's got like a bunch of AKAs, but he was really good and actually quite active, but that was a long time ago. That was like, I'm pretty sure he retired around ISL 3, which must have been like a year ago or more.
That was longer, I think.
I mean, those are the only two, high-level Australian Protosses I can think of, so otherwise I have no idea who this guy is. Oh, according to Muka, though, he apparently has 2 B+ accounts on IC Cup right now, which is pretty Gosu, so hey, this guy could prove to be a match for Zero.
Yeah, he could well. I'm not quite sure what Zero's level is right now, but I mean, this could go either way. I'm not too educated on either of these guys, so it's going to be interesting to watch. And once again, I'm not willing to place my money on any one player in particular.
Yeah, I mean, I know Zero's in decent shape because the Polish players have been very active. Like they have their own bombastic Star League, as they call it.
That's quite a
so
name,
I'm pretty sure Zero's been active, but I don't know. Braintoss, man, mysterious Australian hero.
Yeah.
And Zero, I don't think is necessarily that good in non-ZVZ matchups. He feels to me more like one of those Zergs who kind of specializes in ZVZ.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Zergs nowadays, because like everyone's Zerg. So you know what? I'm gonna pick Braintoss for this one.
All right, Braintoss it is.
All right. So with that, let us go into the first game of this best of 3 on Destination.
Here we go.
Here we go at the 12 o'clock position as the purple Protoss. We have Braintoss using W launcher, which definitely means he's Gosu. And at the 6 o'clock position as the yellow Zerg, we have Zero.
That's true. Just W launcher scares me by itself. I don't even know how to use it. I think there is a guide somewhere, but that just makes me worried. Oh, already. Got a bit of lag complaint. Selena's always ruining stuff.
Lame.
Hey.
Lame.
So that's the last we'll see of him this game.
Ejected.
Kicked out by the Ghosties. But what are we going to see out of Braintoss? We're seeing a fairly early progress. Actually, it's not so early. That's just going to go out and make a pylon. But this is going to be really, really interesting. This is a basically unknown matchup for me, going in a little bit blind. Zero looking like he's not going to go for any kind of crazy early shenanigans. We could still see a 9 pull out of him, but no, the Overlord going down. So he's not too keen.
Did he say your Zerg yes after building the pylon at his natural?
He did indeed.
That I was about to say, this some mysterious random Smurf guy who's playing Protoss. I tend to find them a little bit more cheesy if you don't know who they are.
Yeah.
And especially if he's using these kind of chat tricks. That's dubious. That is highly dubious.
That is quite dubious. I would love to know who this guy is. I'm finding it really kind of tantalizing.
Yeah. In fact, a lot of people in
Expect
chat
it.
are agreeing with me. They think he might be Energy God, making a
Do
comeback
you really
here.
think he's going to make a comeback, and especially under a Smurf name? I thought you had to basically give up your real name to the admins.
Maybe he thinks everyone just forgot about him.
Maybe.
Because it's been like over a year, I'm pretty sure, since he quote unquote retired or something. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
But as we know, many Brood War players who retire make some kind of comeback in the.
Well, I mean, Draw retires every month, so you know.
I know he's retiring every 5 minutes, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
basically.
those guys. One of those guys.
Anyway, unfortunately for Braintoss, I don't think his wall is particularly great. I guess we'll see. It's not one of the standard wall configurations, that's for sure.
I can only imagine he's going to place the gateway on top of the forge and get some kind of block, but there's
That's dumb.
still ample
dumb.
space. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not.
I think. I don't know. It could be good. I don't know. Maybe. But meh. I don't like it.
It seems like a planned wall though. It doesn't seem like he's just winging it. That
I don't know. He could be winging it. If I were winging it and I didn't know destination, I might build it like this, to be honest.
yeah.
And then see, now he's like, well, where do I build the gateway? Like, where does he build it? Does he really build it on top of the forge? Because it's not blocking anything if he builds
This
it
isn't
there.
brilliant, is it?
Yeah. And if he builds it to the right of the pylon, it's kind of weird. It doesn't really
It's really
do
weird.
anything.
And the bottom edge of it may in fact be unreachable by his cannon fire as well.
Oh, the lings are coming in. Only one cannon's done. This pro's blocking, but 6 lings could be good. He's got 2 more coming.
Yeah, 6 slings kind of faffing around a little bit though. It looks like they're not going to be able to get in there before the second cannon. He's going to wait for 2 extra
Ooh,
lings.
he's mining out the back. Zero's mining out the back.
So he is, and this is exactly
Sick.
the kind of thing the process hate. But Braintoss should see that on his way past with his weirdly distance mining probes. He should see it. He should know what's up. And it looks like he's got to have seen it now. There's no way
He's not doing
he can have
anything.
missed it. There is no way he can have missed it.
What's he doing? Maybe he's just microing his probe, but he's not paying attention. Look, he's not touching it.
I think that's actually true because there is, of course, a way to get rid of that drone if you spot it early enough. You can position your probe well enough to range it. But
Yep.
Braintoss is in real trouble unless you see that. He got to see that drone. This is so sloppy.
I'm pretty sure he's microing his probe, but he's not paying attention, or he's like macroing. This is really bad.
You're right. But what could he possibly be macroing? That probe micro just getting him way, way too distracted, and he's just going to let all these links straight to his main base. This is not good at
GG.
all.
GG,
Yeah,
yo.
that's practically GG.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to get an emergency cannon going in his mineral line if he's going to have any chance of holding off. And then he's going to have to drill like crazy with the probes in his main. And he's going to, at the very best, lose a lot of mining time and some probes as well. So that puts him in immediately a deeply horrible position. Because it really
Mineral's done. Here we go.
Mineral's done.
Panic time. Put panic. All right, let's see the panic reaction. All right, ready? Panic mode. Oh shit, there's lings in my main. What do we do? Shit. Run, everybody stack. Quick. Oh shit, he's attacking the Nexus. Quick, build the cannon. Oh wait, no, it's not fast enough. Quick, go attack him. Everybody just do something. Quick. Kill his airlings.
He has
Make
no
a
idea
cannon.
what to do.
Oh no, the cannon's not protected.
Might be
Oh
able to drill on the
shit.
gas. Can he drill on the gas?
Oh,
He's going to have to cancel the
shit.
cannon. He has a zealot
he can
coming
trap
back
him,
into the main
though.
to defend.
He can
Oh,
trap
he
him.
manages to trap the lings. This could actually be really good. He's got a zealot in there as well. He manages to only kill 1 ling, 2 lings. But that zealot could make all the difference. He loses 1 probe. This is actually not going too badly for Braintoss. This is crazy. He's looking in seriously good shape for a guy who just had his back minerals surprisingly mined out.
Yeah, why is this guy not dead? Again, I don't get it. Why is this guy not dead?
I don't get
That was
it.
some good panicking. It was good panicking, and he's not dead, so that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
panicked
Ooh,
very,
nice
very-
nice little split up. Look at this multicast. Look
Oh
at
no,
that.
I know.
Boom! Kills
Did
it.
he
Oh, he's gonna
cancel
get a
it? I
probe
don't think
too.
he canceled it.
Oh, nice. Oh, did he cancel it? I don't know, probably. Oh, he's
I
gonna lose his
don't
Zerglings.
think
He's
he
gonna lose 2 Zerglings. Nope.
Oh.
Yep.
Does lose it unnecessarily, and there's another zealot coming back as well. But these zealots aren't able to really do anything useful and aggressive while they're messing around in the main base trying to kill lings that really shouldn't be there. And of course, that back mineral being mined out can be a pain in the ass all the way through the game, especially if you get lurkers and things in. It's just inconvenient. You don't want that, and that's going to be a trouble for Braintoss right from start to finish here. So he's going to have to take that into account in everything he does. But he hasn't been too terribly delayed here. He has got 4 zealots out, which is a lot of zealots, and I hope he has some greater plan for them than chasing random lings around his own main. I certainly hope he does. Managing to get 1 more ling for the price of 1 more probe. Not too efficient right there, but not too disastrous either relative to how it could be going. And what have we got happening from Zero? Zero just proceeding completely as normal. No gas in his natural yet, so I guess he's not going to go for any kind of muted shenanigans.
Not in the immediate future, no. Whoa, that Zilla just punched the Nexus. That was not good, but that's okay. Nexus can take it. It's a big boy. I hate this cannon positioning, by the way, in the natural. This is, wow. I mean, look at this. Great. He's like, it's really far back. It's like not covering the gas. It's not covering anything. Like, one of these should at least be in the mineral line. I guess because of the initial pylon placement, he couldn't even reach that far in.
But he could have put a cannon right next to the Nexus right there behind the gateway. That would have been a much better place for it.
Yeah, I guess, but then it would have been even more blocked or something. Well, I guess he could have killed the pylon to get out anyway. So I don't know. It's
There's
not
nothing
a good
I
wall.
like about this.
It's not really good. But that's
the gateway
okay.
place was strange. I mean, what's the gateway doing there?
Zero's positioning is also a little bit weird. He hasn't actually made a Sim City with the Hydra Den. He's just put it at the natural in a random place. So he's not really walling himself in. He's basically just saying, I'm just going to have enough Hydras to defend. I don't really care about speed lots. He's not really worried about them. And he's right. There are actually no +1 speed lots coming. They will have speed, but no +1. So yeah, that's going to be okay. But I do prefer having a Sim City anyway.
Yeah, SimCity is definitely better, and he's going to have absolutely nothing of the kind to defend these Zealots, which are heading out right now. How far away is Speed? Speed is going to be done in time for those Zealots to make a decent impact. There are a few Hydralisks, only a handful, really not enough to easily defeat that number of Speed Zealots that's going to be coming out. Hydralisk Speed is not even done yet, and the Zealot Speed is about to kick in too.
He's expanded again.
Oh my god, so yeah, this is not the time to be making another expansion. This base is completely undefended, and Zealot Speed kicks in, and the Zealots are going to dash straight in there. They're going to get to the top of the ramp as well, which is not where the Hydralists would want to be fighting them. And they might be able to catch a fair number of drones here, and maybe they can take this Hydralist force head on. No, choosing to run back home instead. I think maybe at the top of the ramp he could have been able to stand and fight, but he's not choosing to do so, and those Hydralists are going to give chase to that small Zealot force. And that's actually surprisingly easy for Zero. I thought those Zealots were going to do more.
That's an interesting choice by Braintoss. Oh, he's actually just coming straight back when the Hydras leave. That's pretty cute. Oh, is he going to right-click the hatchery? He is going to right-click the hatchery. This could have been part of his plan. He did the fake-out, pretend to run away, and come back and snipe the hatchery. I don't think he'll get it, though. With a good drone throw, I'm pretty sure he won't. So it looks like the plan doesn't quite go. Yeah, he is just going to run into the back now, so a bit of a waste there. I was going to say it was a good idea because he might have been thinking, you know, even if he could maybe take the Hydras, the initial Hydra force, there would obviously be very quick reinforcements given that they're fighting on Zero's home turf. So he's like, well, instead of doing that, I'll just keep the speed lots around as a constant threat and make sure that, you know, Zerg doesn't get easy map control and contain me on the bridges, because that could even be more important. But instead he just threw them away anyways, so I guess there goes that plan. Meanwhile, 1DT, though, is sneaking down to the bottom left, but Overload speed is already done. I don't really know if he can do too much. If he can just run up here and right-click the hatchery, he might...
There's already an Overlord there, and there's a whole bunch more Hydras. There's no way that will be able to do what it needs to do to take down this hatchery. It's just not going to happen. DT going to run all the way through, not going to quite make it. DT gets taken down, swiping petulantly at one single Hydralisk and taking it down as some sort of token effort. But Zero even comfortable enough at this stage to keep hatching drones, even under this sort of sustained pressure. I don't know if you'd really call it that. And Braintoss, he has so little in terms of army. He's just trying a lot of fairly tricksy stuff. He's now got a shuttle popping out. He's going to try and do some kind of storm dropping shenanigans, but I think he may need his storm to actually stay alive. There's a lot of Hydralists coming towards his natural here, and I don't know really what he's going to do to defend that without a decent amount of psionic storm.
Yeah, that is a lot of Hydras actually. Oh, and one Zealot might see them though, and he's like, oh, well, that is a big army. Did that Overlord see the drop? He might have. He moved towards it.
Yeah, look at
let's see. Oh, is he going to catch it with the Hydras? Oh, he's waiting. He's waiting!
Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh, no. Braintoss, use your brain! And boom. Down goes the DT.
Man, Braintoss, considering he made it to the semifinals, is not being overly impressive so far. Meanwhile, some Hydras going across. I don't know if that's the best idea though. That's a suicide.
Oh, no. Definitely not. Braintoss not looking so full of bright ideas. He's trying a few interesting things, but it's really not working for him at all. He's really not quite getting it together where it really counts. Sooner or later, one of his funny tricks might pay off, but it might be a little bit too late by then. He's now getting a decent army, but it's all getting really expensive for him. He's lost a shuttle. He's been losing units all over the place, and he just can't really compete with his opponent out in the open ground, at least. And Zero is just continuing to pump Hydras. He's perfectly happy staying where he is.
You got Hydras coming in the back, Elegant. Hydras going in the back door. There is one High Templar, though, and a couple of cannons, so it's unlikely they'll be able to do too much. Interesting preemptive cannoning there by Braintoss. I guess he assumed this kind of thing was coming, but it seems not necessarily the best use of minerals for early in the game, but it did help out this time. But you know the funny thing, oh my god, this is Dark Archon, what the hell? Is he getting Maelstrom?
Yeah, he must be.
He's not researching it now, does he have it already? Why the hell does he need a Dark Archon? There's not even Mutas coming. Oh, he's sniping the left side Adri though! Oh, nice snipe.
Just to get it. How did the Zealots even make it out? There are plenty of Hydras sitting around. He should have been able to get well on top of those Zealots and prevent that from happening. The hatchery does go down. It doesn't matter a huge amount. It should be back up and running fairly soon, but it's just a little bit of an unfortunate delay. 4-0. He does have a Queen's Nest up and running now as well. He should have a Hive on the way fairly soon. He can definitely afford it. He's got a little bit of spare money knocking around. He's making his gas over the right-hand side as well. So he's advancing fairly nicely into the later stages of the game. This is a really weird Dark Archon in what is a really pretty small force for Braintoss, so he's going to have to be really cost efficient here to make this count. Otherwise he's going to find himself contained possibly for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, there is no point making that Archon for Maelstrom unless you know your opponent's going Mutas, and I haven't seen any indication from Zero that he was going Mutas, so this is very peculiar to me. And I still haven't seen Maelstrom research, which means he must have finished the research before even morphing the Dark Archon, which is also a weird timing to actually have it. So overall, I'm just rather just perplexed by Braintoss's play so far. But he is moving out the back now. We'll be able to establish that mineral only and possibly this right side base as well if he can hold the top of this wide ramp, which, you know, he's got a relatively small force, but he does have a few storms, so it should be okay. He's actually got 4 High Templars, so it should be a decent number of storms to hold this. And Zero, as you can see, is primarily Hydra. And there's the Maelstrom action, so he did get it. He gets a decent one off, gets a free storm on the Hydras. Is that really worth it for the Dark Archon? I guess if he gets another one off, maybe.
Well, it seemed to go pretty well, and he has managed to easily clear up that force without losing basically any units at all. Now losing a couple of Zealots, but it doesn't really matter. Really, really efficiently cleared up right there for Braintoss. The Maelstrom animation sound is really kind of forward in my headphones.
Awesome, it's awesome.
It's full on. You know that's happening. But that was really easy for Braintoss. He just completely demolished that small force.
Yeah, he's got to be careful about moving out, though. He did use some of his storms. It looks like he still has a decent number remaining, though, so this is not a terrible move, actually. He's actually got a lot of supply, actually, so more than I thought. But he doesn't have a third base on the way yet. He's got a probe there. He's got a lot of minerals. He really needs to start making a third while he's doing this attack, while the Zerg is distracted and feeling the pressure. But moving across this bridge, though, is going to be dangerous. I don't know if he can do that against Lurkers. Yeah, he is going to pull back a little bit. Just going to try and find a better angle here. Going to move towards the right side. Looks like some Lurkers are going to reposition to try and stop this. He does have a lot of Zealots in his force. An okay number of goons, but it's still not going to fare that well against a lot of Lurkers. Meanwhile, it looks like he's finally going to start establishing his base. He really needs to. He's got a lot of money banked. He really needs to work on that macro, get that base going. Looks like he's getting the mineral only. He really should just make another Nexus anyway to spend those minerals however he can.
Yeah, yeah, this is going to be an interesting attack. I think this could be a decent position for Braintoss, landing some nice storms on those Zerglings as they move forward, and he's making decent progress. He's about to meet the Lurker field, and he's going to have to micro very, very carefully, but he might get overwhelmed here by the forces of Zero coming in from all, well, I say all angles. There's forces coming from the right are in fact only drones, so not too big of a deal. But he's finding a nice engagement position on the end of the Lurk line, which is of course right where he wants to be at this point. And he's still got a decent number of units behind him, losing a High Templar there, unfortunately, but he could get badly surrounded right here. Zero chooses his moment, and he's going to try and go in. I fear that this is going to be it for the army of Braintoss. He might want to throw down a Maelstrom and try and get the whatever units out he can. Looks like he's going to lose all these Dragoons right here. Maelstroming a fair number of the Hydras, but it's not going to be enough to really buy him any serious time.
This is what I'm talking about. As soon as you run out of storms, your army is dead to Zerg. I mean, you know, Hydra Ling is just incredibly effective against just pure Dragoon Zealot with no storms or Reavers backing them up. Now, a few reinforcements from Braintoss are going to come in here, so he might be able to push the Hydras back, but his supply has plummeted so far, as you can see. And he lost a lot of expensive High Templars and Dragoons. You really want to at least keep those alive. Oh. You're happy to trade away some Zealots, but not the High Templars and the Goons. And this attack is not going to go well either.
No, it's going to go horribly with the Ultralisk in play now as well. He just doesn't have the expensive gas units that he'd need to make any progress against those right now. Just lost a shuttle pointlessly as well, flying directly over that engagement. I'm not quite sure what that was all about. All the High Templar going down. He hasn't managed to preserve a single one of them throughout the earlier stage of the game. So as a result, he's got no Archons right now with which to deal with those Ultralisks. Funnily enough, his position isn't so impossibly disastrous as you might imagine, but he's going to have a really tough time holding on against a significant force of Ultraling and Hydralisks coming in over on the right-hand side.
He's also behind on upgrades, Elegant. He's only 2-0 against 2-1 for the Zerg.
Yeah.
That should never happen in PvC. Protoss should always be ahead. Monster Storm there on the Ultras, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't have any beefy units to take care of them. He's going to have to get money storms on these. Why the item? Why not doing anything? Do they have not have energy? They have energy. Storm it. You need to storm. You can't kill the Ultras otherwise. Oh my god, what are you doing? They had like 4 storms there. He only used 1 and he didn't even hit the Ultras. Oh man, looks like the Zealots are going to be okay for the time being, but I mean, look at these, the reinforcing links coming. No, it looks like Zero is going to hold on. But look at these Zero double expanding now, taking the left side base, taking his mineral only. He's just all over the map. Just look at the mini-map. The Zerg is all over the place, whereas Braintoss now is mined out his main is natural. He's only on this 1 gas base plus his mineral only, which is not going to last long because it's a reduced mineral count base. And here we go, Ultraling going to keep going here. Zero keeping on the pressure. A lot of Ultraling are coming in. Good storms, but there's not that many units to back it up.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be enough for Braintoss. He's going to have to retreat up the ramp, and shortly after that, I think he's going to find that base going down, and that base is one he really needs to hang on to at this point. A bunch more probes transferring in, but they're not going to last very long either. A whole load more Zealots coming in, fresh to the fight, but they're going to go down to the mighty force of these Ultralisks. The cannon's going to be able to do a decent job of holding out, but it's not actually going to be enough to make any serious headway, and Braintoss is going to lose his last meaningfully mining base, and Zero just crashing through there. I think Braintoss is really on his last legs. More units pouring in for Zero right now. Braintoss on the edge of GG, flying in another High Templar for some bizarre reason. That base is completely gone, losing a lot of probes in the process, and it's just reduced to 1 mineral only at this point, which is not going to help him very greatly in defending against any serious number of Ultralisks. We now have 146 supply for the Zerg and around about 100 for our Protoss player. Really looking pretty grim. And GG!
Zero taken game number 1. Oh man, I should not have picked Braintoss. Zero.
Hey, there's still time.
There is, but I mean, Zero just dominated him that game.
Yeah, that was really convincing. Braintoss sort of tried a few interesting things, but none of them really worked as you might want them to. And I feel that was probably more a fault of questionable execution rather than bad luck.
Well, I'm a bit confused because didn't Muka say he had 2 B+ accounts? That does not look like B+ play to me. I mean, I'm not B+, but B+ Protoss is supposed to be better than that. I'm pretty sure.
In theory, but maybe he's doing a Desarque and just crumbling under the hype.
Yeah, it could be. Although he made it to the semifinals, which is further than Desarque's gotten. No
so
offense to Desarque.
Rub it in.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird to me. But then again, on the other hand, as we saw yesterday in spoiler alert, Dragon versus Oxzerg. Oxzerg completely owned Dragon in the first game, and then Dragon came back. So you never know.
Exactly. You never know.
All right, so we're gonna go to a quick break and then come back for game number 2.